Welcome to the interactive Body Balance radio show for health and fitness tips.
Welcome back to Interactive Body Balance Radio. I'm your host, Mike Dasick, and thank you guys so much for joining our show today from all over this world. We talk health, fitness, nutrition, functional medicine, and personal development. Today is February 22nd, 2026, and we just watched the gold medal hockey game. Obviously, me being a Canadian, but I know I have a lot of American friends and listeners on the show. What a game. Overtime, 2-1. Unreal game. Canada, played very well. Ran into a hot goalie. Nonetheless, that is entertainment. This is health and can affect your life immensely from a progressive, longevity, and just overall quality of life perspective. And so today we're going to talk about something called PCOS. I maybe done one or two shows on this because I've been dealing with it with patients and clients for over 10 years. And it's polycystic ovarian syndrome. Very, very common hormonal condition, yet most people get misdiagnosed or they don't understand what it is. And a lot of women are seeking help on this condition, and do not get the right treatment. Could be for months or even years. I know that because then they come and see me and say, I have irregular periods, I have blood sugar issues, I can't lose weight, I have heavy bleeding, I get moody. And a lot of it is attributed obviously to their hormones, but PCOS. So I'm going to take you through a quick little podcast here on what it is and how to treat it naturally, because it's the number one thing we do for ladies, and it's the number one thing we have the highest success rate. My phone is always buzzing or getting text messages or emails saying, man, this worked really well. I am feeling so energetic. I got my period for the first time in 9 months. I have all this energy. I mean, it's incredible. So if you or someone else suffers from PCOS and you haven't fixed it or found out a way to get better, listen in. All right. What is it? It really is a cluster of hormonal metabolic patterns. They think of it as ovarian cysts, and I have had patients with the ovarian cysts for sure, but that's not always the case. Many people don't have any at all. Some have ones that are smaller, growing, shrinking, all of that good stuff, right? What we see with people with it: irregular absent ovulation, high levels of certain hormones like androgens, think progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, DHEA, and of course, how your body handles different insulin spikes or how it lowers, basically change the metabolism. So a lot of these things can lead to those irregular cycles, the acne, hair thinning, excess hair growth, weight changes, fertility. It does look different for everyone, and I've seen dozens of females in the office and obviously virtually that have these symptoms, as I call it. Skin as well. You've got to regulate your hormones. You've got to regulate many things. So why does PCOS happen? It does run in families, so there's genetics. There is insulin sensitivity. Low-grade inflammation can contribute to some of these symptoms. And of course, hormone signaling differences with the ovaries and the brain. So you're looking at genetics, obviously blood sugar, insulin, hormones, absolutely those chemical messengers, and inflammation. So we have to look at those things, test for them, get them under control, etc. One of the tests we run for people and have run for many years is the Dutch panel. So it looks at the hormones of males, but females, of course, we're talking about here with the PCOS, but for everyone, it looks at all of those areas: organic acids, all the androgens, like I mentioned, your vitamin levels. Again, amazing test. I think it's 19 pages long. The Dutch panel, right? It's incredible, right? Precision analytical. They do a great job of it. And again, if you need any information on it, reach out. We can help you. So how do you approach it naturally? What do we do to help people? And of course, I'm not going to get specific because it depends on the person. These are some techniques we've employed with great success. Nutrition, very helpful. I'm going to be generic here because I don't have all their specific data. You guys are just an audience here, not a client or a patient. But balancing the protein, fiber, healthy fats. Man, do we ever get really deep on this, and we give you a nutrition plan similar to the Mediterranean diet, but getting rid of those processed foods, getting the healthy fats, as I mentioned, the avocados as well too. We love those. Good sources of protein, some good fiber-based foods, especially vegetables, and it depends on the vegetable or the fruit due to the sugar, as we just said, and insulin. but that's where the specificity and knowing your own diet matters. Movement, talked to clients even twice yesterday. I call them friends. I don't call them clients, they're friends. Movement, all right, some training, some yoga, some meditation, stuff that supports the insulin sensitivity and your overall well-being and happiness. Of course, sleep, stress, massive contributor to it. Breath work, meditation, very helpful if you can regulate, get good quality sleep, deep sleep, the REM sleep, the deep sleep, right? Not long sleep in terms of getting the right duration. Stress is a major factor with everything in life. Clients I work with that are executives and leaders in their field, when they're under stress, my God, does it wreak havoc on their hormones and their lifestyle and everything that they do. The ones with autoimmune conditions like IBS, IBD, Crohn's, whatever, lupus, doesn't matter, celiac. The moment they get stressed out, all those inflame and get heated up, and then they have a lot of these issues and symptoms, as I call them. Now, what about PCOS and supplements? Ooh, I got a lot for these. I'm going to give you just a few. Right. Again, always seek the care of your primary care provider. I'm not your primary care provider. This is what I've seen with my patients alone over the last 12 years. These things work very well to balance your hormones, to balance your insulin levels, to balance the ratio of fats, etc. Omega-3 fatty acids, great. Vitamin D3, K2, excellent. Magnesium has been helpful. Castor oil packs, incredible for the ladies. Wild yam, really, really good. And guys, wild yam comes in a lot of these bioidentical hormones like estradiol or estrogen, progesterone, right? DHEA. Wild yam, there's what I call biomatrix. They make the hormones, which have been life changers for a lot of our clients. Wild yam is a main ingredient in them. But wild yam on its own, very helpful. As I say, castor oil packs, very helpful. I could give you 6 or 7 more. I don't want to run out of time, but they're great at balancing your metabolism, your hormones, or hormonal balance. Again, you have to get specifically for you. So getting tested by the Dutch panel, can look at this stuff. Getting blood work done for your insulin levels, right, and your blood sugar levels, very helpful. But you want to get those things there that can balance that out, balance your blood sugar, balance your hormones, work with your nervous system. We talked about stress. Those things are very, very important, and I call them daily habits. All right. I can keep going on about this here. What I would say too is that, number 1, get tested. Number 2, build a nutrition plan that works for you, right? And then number 3, obviously lifestyle. Like I mentioned, sleep and exercise and meditation and yoga and all that kind of good stuff. And 4, get on a supplement or hormonal program that helps you out. The messages I get, I say this all the time. Yesterday, I think I had 3 different ladies just message me and say, well, again, wow, the difference that these things make, the diet and then the supplements or the hormones has been incredible. That makes me happy, and that propels me or encourages me to do a podcast like this. I'm extremely busy. I do this for you amazing people out there that listen in and are struggling, and maybe this podcast finds you somewhere and it can change your life literally from the perspective of how you feel, right? How you're doing in work and relationships. Because if you have some issues with PCOS, it could be hard on you, obviously emotionally and physically, but it can control a lot of your life, right? Where it can sit there and it can say, I don't feel like doing much. I don't have the energy. My mood is off. Again, these are all symptom based, but they affect how you perform in life. And maybe, it affects your job. It affects your relationships. Really important. Again, I covered so much in 9 minutes. There's so much more to go to. If you want to reach out, you can reach out, and I'll always help people, as my clients know, my friends know, as I call them. But with life, it's just crazy busy. But we'll help you always. info@MikeDaciuk.com is the email. info@MikeDaciuk.com. Interactivebodybalance.com is the website, or MikeDaciuk.com. All free information. We do this to give free information away so it can open your mind, open your eyes to what you can possibly do to feel better. Okay? That's why we do it. Can't stress that enough. Already mentioned the websites. Already mentioned you can get the books for free over there. You know where to reach us. Social media is Mike Daciuk, Interactive Body Balance. Just go to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. What else do we have? That's about it. YouTube, of course. Go over there and get some information. Just learn more. Share more with people. You'd be surprised how many people could be helped by this. And I know it also says energy levels in the title list. I did this on purpose because some people don't even know what PCOS is, but when they get down to it and they realize how much it affects everything else, it does affect everything I said. That's why. And it'll make your life better. All right, what do I tell my kids every day? Kids, number one, you got to work hard. No substitute for hard work. You got to work hard and put in the effort. You can't get away from that. It's what we do. Look, I'm on a Sunday doing a podcast. I've got more work to do for my corporate amazing job where we have to help people there too. Number two, right? You got to add value to the world. Your skill set, your value, your amazing traits, you need to add it to the world. Over 8 billion people in this world need what you have to say because you have a gift. Some people have one, some people have two. If you're really fortunate, you might have three, but you definitely have one or two. Right? 3, have to help other people. Go to your way to pull out chairs, open doors, volunteer of your time, help other people. 4, smile and have some fun. Go out and enjoy life. What's the point of getting healthy if you can't have fun? What's the point of getting healthy if you don't enjoy life? What's the point of being healthy if you don't go out and just live blissfully? I think you guys get it. All right, live with passion, live with purpose, live with intent. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, share it with people who need it. We're always here to support one another. We're requiring nothing back other than just free content that has worked for hundreds of people. And I know it personally. And the crazy part is a lot of these clients of friends of ours, and they'll actually speak to you too. So if you have somebody who needs to speak to someone who's actually conquered PCOS or their hormone imbalances or, whatever it may be, they're willing to talk. They're willing to help you out and say, hey, this is what I did and this is what I do and this is how it works. It's the greatest part of life, sharing. I always say to my kids too, number one, always be learning. Always be learning. Study every day. I've trained this morning already before the hockey game at 7 a.m. We're training, right? And what do? Study while I train. Podcast. I listen to so many. Notes, medical journal. And then number 2, get around other people. Network. Be around people. It's the biggest thing, right? I always say I love people, so I love speaking to them for a living. This is just one mechanism on a podcast. Team, take care, and we'll talk to you all real soon. Have an amazing Sunday. Bye for now.